Hello, good morning. This is Leroy George, Managing Director of Green Tobago Tours. How may I help you today?
Good morning. I'm calling on behalf of my six-person group. We'll be visiting Tobago in just one weekend, and we want to visit every major tourist site in about 2 days, if that is at all doable.
Logistically, that can only be done comfortably through Green Tobago Tours. Let's start with a virtual adventure. Will I be picking you guys up at either the airport or the seaport?
Our group will be coming by plane.
Hey, it's me, Leroy George of Green Tobago Tours again. I'm right here at the ANI Robinson in Tobago Airport, and I'm waiting for you guys. So we have two vehicles, one that's going to carry you and your group, and the other one that's going to be carrying your luggage. And we're going to start our 24-hour adventure right now.
Good morning. It is 9 a.m. and I am your Green Tobago Tours guide, and we are about to visit the top 25 Tobago tourist sites in just 2 days.
We start our virtual adventure at the Charlottesville Jetty, where we will take a boat on a very short trip to the Pink Sand Beach. At this beach, there is a great area to snorkel for persons who may not be the best of swimmers. We do not have a lot of time, so we get back into the boat after only about 20 minutes, and we travel around the eastern end of the island to visit Little Tobago, where the bird watching is very special. After Little Tobago, we abandon our boat and take a drive from the beautiful beach near Blue Waters Inn to visit the Argyle Waterfall. The hike to Argyle Waterfall is not a very strenuous one, and it will only take us about 15 minutes before we are able to bathe at the falls. We then make our way back to the vehicle and stay along the same road to visit the Main Ridge Forest, which is the oldest legislatively protected rainforest in the Western Hemisphere. Staying along the same road, we exit at Bloody Bay and head down to Castara, where we are very likely to be able to swim alongside some harmless stingrays. It is now 12 p.m. in our virtual adventure. One of the only 3 or so man-made sites we will be visiting is the Genesis Nature Park, which is located along the road that is basically separating the electoral district of Tobago East from that of Tobago West. Look at the screen right now. You see those two animals right there? Can you believe those are not actually pigs? They are endemic to Trinidad and Tobago. We use the Amerindian name Quang to describe them, and they actually bark like dogs. They don't grunt like pigs. They are not pigs as much as they actually resemble them. These are some of the animals that you would see at the Genesis Nature Park. A lot of animals that are endemic to Trinidad and Tobago. After the nature park, we have a decision to make that would greatly affect our ability to manage time throughout the first day of the 2-day adventure. We already visited Tobago's most popular waterfall at Argyle, and we also saw the Golden Waterfall in the Midridge Forest, but now we are passing through the village of Moriah, and we have an opportunity to visit what many would argue to be the best waterfall in Tobago. I am one of the many that would argue this also. That is the Highland Waterfall. If we are dealing with a super fit group of tourists, we can go ahead and visit Highland Waterfall because it is a little bit of a hike. Regardless of whether we visit Highland Waterfall or not, our next stop is going to be Fort King George. It is now 3 p.m. in our figurative scenario, and we forfeited the 3rd waterfall, so this way we were able to get to the Bonaccord Lagoon and witness the Book Reef during daylight hours. Anyway, after Fort King George, we drive through Scarborough, then drive along the Claude Noel Highway and drive to Bonaccord Lagoon Jetty. It is now 5 p.m. in our virtual adventure. We take a privately chartered glass-bottom boat just past Pigeon Point on our way to the Coral Garden area of the Book Reef, where we have one of the most informative tour guides to explain all the intricacies of what you are now seeing, because you are wise and not otherwise, and as a result you booked with Green Tobago Tours. It only takes about 7 minutes from the Coral Garden area to the Nylon Pool, which is only going to be about waist deep in water, and when it comes to how it appears, it looks like an enormous swimming pool in the middle of the sea with crystal clear water and white calcium carbonate sand under your feet. It is now 6 p.m. and the sun is about to set. After the sun sets, we stick around in the island pool area for an hour or two again until it is dark enough for what is most likely going to be the highlight of our entire 2-day adventure. At this point, we head back onto the boat, and as our vessel approaches the darkest parts of the lagoon, the mangrove trees become taller, casting longer shadows. The tour guide enters into the water slowly, and a blue light surrounds him. It's almost as blue as what you saw in movies like Life of Pi and The Little Mermaid. But if you were to enter into the water also, you would see what cameras fail to capture. Each individual dinoflagellate emits a tiny white light running slowly down your arms while you lift them out of the water. The light show that is the bioluminescence experience has begun. Our first day of our 2-day experience is completed, and now we retire to our beds. Tomorrow we will visit all the sites along the Caribbean Sea coast of Tobago on a whole day coastal tour. We will visit caves and snorkel in reefs or scuba dive near shipwreck. We will do some fishing, and we may even swim with a family of dolphins. We will visit beaches that cannot be reached easily by land. And our last site on our second day will be the Pink Sand Beach again, which was the first stop on our first day. When you return home, you will be able to tell all your friends that you visited all of Tobago's 25 major tourist sites in just 2 days.